Hi, it's Chris again with C&H Auto Accessories here in Margate, Florida. And today we're doing a review on a cover that's been around a long time, but some changes have been made that really improve the cover. What am I talking about? Well, as you know, we got a lot of videos of the Bak Industries MX4. What do we got here? Well, we got the BAKFlip G2. Basically, think about this as the older brother of the MX4. It's going to run less money than the MX4. And I'll tell you some of the differences between this and the other models. First of all, before I get into everything it does and everything else, take a good look on how nice it looks. It is a flush mount. It means it sits in the bed. As you know, I like flush mount covers. I think it looks cleaner. This also has a textured semi-gloss finish. And it's got a real good look here. Now, this is a tri-fold cover, but it is also not a two-fold, but a three-fold cover, and we'll get into that in a second. So first thing first, I'll talk about some of the things this does. Now, this has a left and right mechanism. So you see here, now, you only want to pull in one side. You don't want someone on the other side pulling. Some of the changes, if you have owned a G2 in the past, the old model had a single seal here. If you notice, it's a three seal, and it's facing inward. The old seal face outward. Now, why is this one better? Well, on the old model, you had to close the tailgate so the seal sat out here. Well, this one doesn't make a difference. You can leave the cover closed, does not make a difference. Now, why is that better? Well, when the old seal sat out here, if you close the cover like I just did, it would break the seal and then water would get into the cover. So luckily they have changed that. Another thing they have done, they lowered the mechanism here almost a full inch. Before, this sat right up the flush here. And the problem with this, you could actually get in there with a clothes hanger and open the cover. They have fixed that. So you might have seen some old videos of the G2, people open it. Well, between this and this, they fixed that problem. So when I'm gonna go ahead and close this real quick. Now, as you can see, I'm trying to jam my thumb in there. And as you can see, it's not going anywhere. So you cannot put anything in there, unlike some of the older models. Now, another little secret I'm going to tell you, but you might not know. As you can see, this is a Ford F-150. Now, if you go to Ford and they said, hey, we make a cover for our F-150, a nice three-fold, tri-fold cover, it's a really good cover. It's actually the BAKFlip G2, that's right. All they do is take this little sticker off, put a little Ford logo, and say, voila, it's made by Ford. It's not. But you know what it tells you, though, is Ford, you know, being a very large company, they have a lot of faith in this product, and for them to relabel it says a lot. So I think it's actually a positive thing. This guy here, you know, he goes to Ford, he says, oh yeah, it's gonna give me more money. They find out, hey, you can get the BAKFlip, the same thing. It's probably save it for a little less money and a lot less headache. So come over here. Again, if you open this up, you can have this partially open. Like, let's say you want to drive with it halfway open. Just like the MX4, it does the same thing. It locks right in here. So basically, you want to always do both sides. For the video, I'm only doing this one side. When you're not using this goes back in here. By the way, this is a change as well. If you had the old G2, you didn't get this. Basically, it was old, big old loop there, and you took a bungee cord and attached it. No, they don't do that anymore. So again, if you see the G2 and you're thinking about some things that you didn't like about the older version, you don't have that on the new version. Now, on the old version, you had a 1-year warranty. This is a 3-year warranty. And if we install it for you, we double the warranty through Truck Hero. Now, this tilts forward. A lot of people like that because your third brake light is not covered. And if you have a camera system, like a lot of Fords do, this one does not, but it sits right there. So it's good it's not covered. Now, go over here. This slides up and down. That locks into place there. Always do both sides. You don't want it. Now, this thing does a great job at protecting the rear window. It works as a headache rack. Chris, what's a headache rack? I'm glad you asked. If you have something big and tall in here and someone cuts you off and it all slides forward, it's hitting this and not your very expensive window. So that's a nice feature. So, and when these are not in use, I do recommend leaving them up. Occasionally I get calls from customers, it doesn't work. Well, it does. You just slide it up. And again, these slide in here. Now, with the drainage system, depending on the vehicle, as you can see, I stuck in the side here. There's actually pre-made holes behind this bed liner that I'm using. So it's actually go behind the bed liner through the pre-made holes. I give it a nice clean look by doing it this way. Again, I don't like going in the floor. There's some models I will go on the floor because it does work better on those models. I like it better this way. Look how nice and clean this is and out of the way, and I like that a lot. So again, when you go to close it, you don't need to drop it down super hard. You see how nice and gentle, locked in here. You can hear the noise. Hey, guess what? This makes a good handle here. Look at that. So, and again, you can come over here. Now, when you go to close this, you can't close it from one side, but I do recommend through the middle. Why? Because sometimes when you close it from one side, didn't do it, but sometimes the other side won't lock. This one works so good it locked anyways. But again, this cover is closed. Does not make a difference if it's open or closed. You can close the tailgate either or. I like the improvements. The price is still very reasonable on this. The warranty is better. The tailgate area is better. The hinge on the front is better. It's they did some great improvements over here. I do like the texture finish. I think all in all, it's a really good value. Now, if you like the G2 and you say, Chris, you know what? I had the old one, I didn't like it, but man, after seeing the video on the new one, I like that a lot. Well, we can get it for you. We can ship it anywhere in the country. Just give us a call. The phone number is on the video. If you want to come to our store like this guy did, he's found our video, but he didn't find that G2 video, but we have one now, thanks to him. So again, we could ship it anywhere in the country. A lot of people don't realize, even though we have a retail store here in Florida, we have warehouses all over the country. We have ones in California, Texas, Alabama, Pennsylvania, all over the place. So we can ship from any of those locations right to your house. And we can walk you through the installation. So if you get in here and you say, you know, I'm having a problem, can you help me? You bought it from me, you better believe I'm gonna help you. So we're here to help you out. So again, this is Chris with C&H Auto Accessories doing a review. Bak Flip G2 on a Ford F-150. Thank you.